Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. In honor of Super Bowl 58 being less than a week away, we decided to take a look back on some Super Bowl history. And today, we are going to be ranking the top 5 Super Bowls ever. The top 5 Super Bowls in NFL history. A list that I'm sure will generate no discussion or no controversy whatsoever. So make sure to leave your top 5 list down in the comments below. Let us know what you think of our list at the end of this video. And let's gear up for what will hopefully be an instant classic this Sunday between the 49ers and the Chiefs. One that hopefully could join this top 5 list by the end of Sunday night. But let's dive into it. Let's not delay the rankings any further. Coming in at number 5 in our top 5 Super Bowls list, Super Bowl 52 between the Eagles and the Patriots. The Eagles winning that game 41-33 in a game that I think we tend to forget a little bit. We remember that one specific play, right? The Philly special, Philly. That's what we remember the most. But this was a rematch of Super Bowl 39 between the Patriots and the Eagles. Back then in 2005, the Patriots won that game 24-21 over Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb. The Patriots once again were expected to win. It was Tom Brady versus Nick Foles. I mean, the Patriots were favorites in this game, and they just never had an answer for that Eagles offense. The game featured over 1,100 yards of offense, including 505 yards from Tom Brady. The Eagles led 22-12 at halftime thanks to that infamous Philly special play. The Patriots stormed all the way back to take a 33-32 lead with 9:22 remaining in the fourth quarter, but then Nick Foles, guy could not miss, hit Zach Ertz. It was ultimately the game-winning touchdown with 2:21 remaining in the game. The defense strip-sacked Brady on the potential game-winning drive, and the Eagles clinched their first ever Super Bowl in very unlikely fashion, winning it with a backup quarterback in Nick Foles, winning it over the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady, winning it 41-33 in a game that I think we kind of forget except for that one play, but was an instant classic from start to finish. Coming in at number 4, give me Super Bowl 34, the Rams and the Titans. This was another great quarterback battle, right? The greatest show on turf in Kurt Warner against Steve Air McNair. And if you actually go back and watch this game, it probably should have been a runaway early in the first half. The Titans' defense is what kept the Titans in this game. They held the Rams to just 9 points in the first half, despite the Rams getting deep into Tennessee territory on every single drive of the first half. The Rams struck early in the third, took that 16-0 lead. It looked like it was going to be a runaway. But then the Titans battled back, tied it up with 2:12 remaining in the game. Became the first team at the time in Super Bowl history that a team was down double digits in the fourth quarter and tied the game. So that was, at the time, that was a pretty big deal. But on the first play of the very next drive, Kurt Warner hit Isaac Bruce for a 73-yard touchdown. Kurt Warner's lone completion of the entire fourth quarter. His only completion of the quarter was a 73-yard touchdown. Warner finished the day with 414 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then obviously the most memorable play from this game coming on the last play of the game. The Titans, down 7, had marched down to the Rams' 10-yard line. Steve McNair looking, hit Kevin Dyson across the middle, but Dyson tackled by Mike Jones 1 yard short of the end zone. 1 yard short of potentially sending the game to overtime, but Jones finding a way to bring Dyson down, and the Rams clinching a 23-16 Super Bowl victory, which was at the time their only Super Bowl victory until just a few years ago when Matthew Stafford brought another one home for the Rams. Super Bowl 43, that comes in at number 3, the Steelers and the Cardinals. This game featured 2 of the best plays in Super Bowl history, and fortunately for the Steelers, both were on their side. Both went their way. The first big play came right before halftime. The Cardinals got off to a really slow start. We're down 10-0, but yet trailed just 10-7 and had a chance to take a 14-10 lead. They were on the 1 yard line right at the end of the first half. 1 yard line. And, the Cardinals kind of pulled a Pete Carroll. They decided to throw the ball instead of running it, and it was picked off by James Harrison, the big old boy, who took it 100 yards down the sideline for a touchdown. So instead of the game being 14-10 in favor of the Cardinals, even just a 10-10 game, the Steelers were up 17-7 going into halftime and kind of took all momentum away from Arizona. And that remained the case when the Steelers added another field goal to be up 20-7 entering the fourth quarter. But the Cardinals quickly stormed back, took a 23-20 lead with 2:37 left, thanks to a defensive safety And then 2 plays later, a 64-yard reception by Larry Fitzgerald, who had one of the greatest playoff runs by a wide receiver we had ever seen. And to me, will go down as one of the best NFL players in history to not have won a Super Bowl ring. The Cardinals led 23-20 with just a little over 2 minutes remaining, but then big old Ben Roethlisberger, led an 8-play game-winning drive to Santonio Holmes in the right corner of the end zone over 3 Cardinal defenders with 35 seconds left to give the Steelers a 27-23 victory. One of the craziest catches in Super Bowl history, a toe tap right in the corner. The Steelers winning that game because of that pass, that throw, that catch, and James Harrison, 100-yard pick six, crushing the Cardinals' Super Bowl hopes. Our Cardinals have not been back to the Super Bowl since. How about number 2? Super Bowl 49, the Patriots and the Seahawks. This was a game that I think, again, remembered for one specific play. It's remembered for Malcolm Butler's play at the end of the game. It sealed the Patriots' win. But do we kind of forget the stakes entering this game? The Seahawks were looking for their second straight Super Bowl victory. If they had won this game, they would have become potentially the next new dynasty. The Patriots ultimately ended this dynasty in Super Bowl 49 with their win. So you've got the potential new up-and-coming dynasty with Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, Marshawn Lynch, the Legion of Boom defense, and a Patriots team that was looking for their first Super Bowl win since Super Bowl 39, their first Super Bowl win in over 10 years. They went through a scoreless first quarter, both teams did. By halftime, it was tied at 14, so the second quarter was electric. The Seahawks dominated the third quarter, led 24-14 entering the final period. But then Tom Brady, he did what Tom Brady does best. He delivered. He came back. He picked apart that Legion of Boom defense, left and right, battled the Patriots all the way back, and took a lead, 28-24, with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. It was right before the 2-minute warning. Brady finishing the day with 328 yards and 4 touchdowns against one of the best defenses in NFL history. It looked like everything was going to go the Patriots' way. It looked like they had it done until Jermaine Kearse had the insane bobbling catch down the right sideline, giving Patriot fans flashbacks of all the previous Super Bowls, the David Tyree helmet catch, the Mario Manningham sideline catch, and now going to fall victim to another ridiculous Super Bowl catch. But then the Seahawks, for some reason, chose to throw the ball from the 1-yard line instead of running it up the middle with Marshawn Lynch. Malcolm Butler jumped the route, picked it off, and the Patriots clinched yet another Super Bowl, gave Tom Brady his 4th Super Bowl ring, and restarted the Patriots dynasty as that became the first of 3 Patriots Super Bowl wins in 5 Super Bowl appearances over the next 5 seasons. Insane game. The Patriots dynasty was reborn that night. The Seahawks potential dynasty ended. Obviously, the Seahawks franchise was never the same following that loss, as many of their players lost faith in Pete Carroll, and they lost a handful of players over the coming years after that. But that win for the Patriots was great. But it was not nearly as good as what happened 2 years later when they won Super Bowl 51 over the Falcons, 34-28 in overtime, in the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. This was the only Super Bowl to ever go to overtime. It featured the best comeback in Super Bowl history. The Patriots down 28-3 with less than 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Tom Brady had already thrown an 82-yard pick six. He seemed out of sorts. He seemed out of whack. Could not get anything going with this offense. And the Patriots defense had no answer for Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, one of the best offenses in the league, the best offense in the league that year. And yet, for some reason, Kyle Shanahan, instead of just continuing to run out the clock, just running up the middle with, Devontae Freeman and everything like that, continued to throw the ball, which led to a plethora of errors and allowed the Patriots to battle back. Down 28-3, they finally scored with 2:06 remaining in the third quarter. The Patriots made it a 28-12 game with 9:44 remaining in the game. Still, 16 points with less than 10 minutes left. Seemed like a big stretch. But just a little over a minute later, Dante Hightower's strip sack on Matt Ryan changed the entire game. That led to a Patriots touchdown just 5 plays later to cut the lead to 28-20. It was a brand new ball game at this point. And then with 3 minutes and 30 seconds after another Patriots stop and questionable play calling by the Falcons, Tom Brady had 3:30 at his own 9-yard line to go get the Patriots back into the game and tie it up. That drive was highlighted by Julian Edelman's insane bobbling catch near midfield. The Patriots finally on the right side of a ridiculous Super Bowl catch. That got them to the Falcons' 41-yard line. They then scored shortly after that, went to overtime, and when the Patriots won that coin toss, I think everybody in America knew the game was over. Tom Brady, doing something that he had done time and time and time again, had an opportunity to lead his team down the field in overtime to win the game. And 8 plays later, that's exactly what he did when James Wright took it off the right side, barreled his way into the end zone to cap off, to me, the greatest Super Bowl of all time, and to give Tom Brady his 5th Super Bowl ring. Little did we know he'd win 2 more over the next 5 seasons. So there you go, guys. The top 5 Super Bowls in NFL history. Will Super Bowl 58 be on this list by the end of Sunday night? Will the 49ers and Chiefs live up to the hype? Will it be anywhere as good as their first meeting just a few years ago? We're going to have to wait and find out. We're going to have a prediction for that game coming out on Thursday, a recap on Monday, and that will officially conclude the NFL season. But again, leave your predictions down in the comments below. Leave your predictions here on the channel on Thursday, and leave your top 5 Super Bowls down in the comments. Maybe some older ones back from the 70s, 80s, 90s, who knows? But leave your thoughts and comments below, and let's get ready for Super Bowl Sunday, officially now less than 1 week away. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure you continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Check out everything down in the description below, including our expert picks, including our website, thegridironexpert.com. Exclusive content to get you through this offseason over there. Go check it out and become a member of our GE Nation. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.